secrets in our 7 S's of brand management is sensibilities or sensitivity. There is a very fine example that happened a couple of years back. She was a PR lady representing a very high profile, big brand, a big global brand, and she was going for a holiday to South Africa. And just while flying on the plane to South Africa, she's thought of sending a funny tweet to her followers and to her friends, and she made a joke about the South African people, a kind of joke which was in really bad taste, which had racial component to it, which made her sound mean and petty. So the entire thing backfired on her and on her brand, and then the mandarins of the brand had to huddle together to think about ways to control the crisis that just a simple 140 character tweet had led the brand into. So of course they handled the crisis very well. They managed to sort of hold the reaction, the negative reaction which was sort of rising up in the end user, in the community, in the country people, globally. And they had to retract the statement, they had to send an apology, they had to do a lot of building up of the situation that had been caused, and the end result for the PR lady was she was sacked from a job. So one wrong tweet which stemmed out of her utter lack of sensibility and sensitivity led her to lose a job and caused negative sort of thunderball to come and strike the brand. So whatever brand that you deal in, because we have shrunk boundaries now. The world has come much closer. We are far closer in terms of our time zones, in terms of our approachability, in terms of access, in terms of flying times, so much that we cannot afford. We are not living in islands anymore. We are not in one corner of the world such that nobody else can see us, watch us, hear us, think about us, look at us. So please, when you talk about your brand, when you have brand ambassadors talking about your brand, conveying your brand value, brand messaging to the end user, you have to be extremely conscious, you have to be extremely cautious, you have to be humane, you have to be upholding the right brand value, and you have to be sensible and sensitive and watch for the collective sensibilities of the end user, whether they are the direct users of your brand or indirect or potential users or somebody who doesn't even use your brand, yet you have to be very cautious about their sensibilities.